Polly, how has the pandemic changed the world of work and leadership? You've got something to
That's
say
a
about that.
biggie. On the one hand, in terms of how the pandemic has changed the world of work and leadership, I'd say dramatically. And on the other hand, I would say, and this is probably the more productive mindset, it seems to have just turned up the dial, fanned the flames on a lot of long simmering issues, challenges, shifts that have already been underway. And those involve things like, how do we move from kind of an industrial era model of the organization and management to one that is fundamentally more human centric and open and flexible, and then matches up to this world that we're all living in? That's a huge one. And the whole Great Resignation conversation, which we'll get to, is part of that. The other big shift has been around, I'd say, purpose, which is, what's the point of the exercise? What is the purpose of business? And more people are stepping up to this sense of responsibility, not in terms of guilt or separating people out into villains and heroes, but in terms of, what is our duty to the wider communities that we serve, to the planet that we live on, to repair and think really creatively about all the inequities and social challenges that are wrapped up in how we've been doing business. All those questions are on the table. Everything's on the table and everything's up for grabs. It's a very challenging and chaotic and uncertain time, where every single one of us has been rocked out of our comfort zone in the status quo. And every single one of us has had to exercise a little agility to rethink on how we live and how we work in the most fundamental ways. So that kind of flexion for and capacity for quick change, for opening up your blinders and thinking a little bit differently, it's now kind of embedded in all of us. And so that's a gift that we can use as leaders in organizations.